Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we're going to be talking about the future of Apex. We know there's an Apex Legends 2 on the horizon. However, with all that being said, is there still a chance the game will have a 10-year lifespan as Respawn originally intended, or has EA taken too much control and has actually made it so that it can never recover? We're going to go over the pros and cons of what the future of the game will be. We'll also give out a mythic R301 skin. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. An amazing game called Apex Legends did a surprise launch, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I cannot understate, if you were not one of the OG players, you kind of actually missed out. I remember getting home from work, hopping on this game, and having an absolute blast. This game was one of a kind and had a lot of heart and spirit, especially in the Battle Royale genre, and it had the movement that we were all looking for. I simply put, fell in love with this game. And it was amazing to see that over the years, it would actually continue to go ahead and steam on forward. It would hit 10 million active players, and then I think eventually 100 million active players. There would be people dressing up as cosplay. The ALGS tournaments would go on. Content creators were in full force behind this game, and even though there were some issues with it, such as, audio or servers and so on and so forth, the game was still massively popular, and the dev team, you could tell, truly did care about their game, despite a couple of setbacks, but we don't really need to go into that too much in this video. But they truly did go ahead and revolutionize the legend shooter battle royale genre. And something that really put Apex Legends in the forefront of everyone's mind when it came to the gameplay was not only just the movement, but the legends themselves. And Respawn definitely noticed that. We went ahead and got amazing stuff like the stories from the Outlands, which could have easily have been its own Netflix series with the quality put behind some of them. Not to mention town takeovers, such as when we got the one for Wraith, which was first introduced with a stories from the Outland, tied in her lore, gave us some information on her mysterious past as a test subject. There, the POI was put in on Kings Canyon. There was so much cool stuff that the dev team went ahead and launched alongside the regular season. And not to mention, every season we would get a new legend, a new weapon. Now, somewhere around the time of season 11, I think, with the car SMG, they definitely slowed down on the weapon release. And then Legends, everyone doubted that they'd stop releasing Legends, but obviously now we know that Legends come much more rarely. That's not necessarily a bad thing either. If you need to go ahead and balance the meta with the weapons and the legends by slowing down the release, that's fine. But the content around the legends has taken a huge backseat, and it has absolutely killed the hype of the game, because instead, for whatever reason, it's EA, it's actually not for whatever reason, we know the reason, monetary value has taken a huge jump ahead. We went from having a collection event with one legend-specific heirloom a season, and that heirloom was tied to once again, usually the lore of the character. It was really interesting and unique. And now having heirloom recolors added in for its own collection / milestone event, which let's not even get on the milestone event. This video is gonna be like 20 minutes long if I go into every single thing EA and Respawn have done to mess up the franchise. But heirloom recolors coming in as a new collection event item without much else being added in with it. Then of course we have prestige skins added into Apex Legends as well, which is a skin for $160, whatever. Then they went ahead and added death boxes and so much more. And the crazy thing is, they've actually taken away content that you can grind for in game. Like for instance, ranked dive trails, which used to be a staple. I remember trying to grind for a trail back in the early seasons of Apex. It was one of the most exciting things to do, and they used to be permanent. And then in season 4, I believe they actually made it temporary because, and I quote here, there would be too much visual clutter with everyone flying around with permanent dive trails. Yet for some reason, that same logic didn't apply when they added them to prestige skins and then sold them for $160. And again, I'm not really sure why you had to remove the dive trails from ranked. Why couldn't you have, prestige skins have unique dive trails and then ranked keep their same dive trails? Well, once again, follow the money. And this is kind of, the status quo for Apex Legends right now. We're not getting stories from the Outlands. We're not getting unique town takeovers related to characters that have been out for many, many seasons. For instance, Gibraltar is an OG legend, doesn't have a town takeover. Just because we slowed down on legend release doesn't mean we can't go back and give some love to some old school legends. In fact, Gibraltar doesn't even have stories from the Outland either. He's an OG legend. I just don't understand all the logic here. You can go ahead and resell Battle Pass skins and label them as recolors, even though that they had said that they were exclusive skins. You can go ahead and actually split up the Battle Pass, so now you added twice as many skins into the game for players to grind for. You can even go ahead and add in universal heirlooms that have no legend specific tie-in whatsoever but are customizable, which I guess is a cool factor, but really lacks the oomph of what makes Apex Apex. and you can sell them alongside Legend Alter, which, if I'm being perfectly honest, doesn't really fit into Apex Legends right now, at least lore-wise. I'm just very confused on what their plans are. And you can do all of that But don't be surprised when the player count dips below 100,000 on the Steam charts for the first time in Apex Legends history since it released on Steam, which is insane. They just added a brand new map, and that's great. But the simple fact of the matter is, even adding in a new map and everything, the love and lore of Apex has been suffering hard, and there's nothing to really get excited for. Skins are not content, no matter how hard you try to go ahead and pivot and say, oh, well, it's a free-to-play game, they have to make money. They've made money. They've made over, I believe, $3 billion or $4 billion. Yet, despite in all that time making money, the servers have remained to be very bad. Next Gen took 3 or 4 years to be released after development. Cross progression also took forever and didn't come until this season, if I'm remembering correctly. Not to mention, skill-based matchmaking has always been an issue that players have complained about. All the while, things like Apex Legends Mobile get canceled because it just didn't make enough money. Then you have things like the single-player Apex game getting canceled, which once again could have been cool, but EA probably didn't see long-term monetization with it. I just don't really know what's going on. And all the OG devs for Apex Legends have actually pretty much gone. The former game director who helped develop it, Chad Grenier, Drew McCoy, I could go on and on. A lot of developers have left Respawn and gone and started their own studio. And around the time when a major amount left, you saw the shift towards monetization and more skins being sold rather than giving us things to grind for in-game, lore to be excited about, and a story that we can all get wrapped up in. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I hope Titanfall 3 never comes out, because I do not believe that a publisher like EA running Respawn and with the devs mostly being gone, they could ever make a Titanfall 3 that could live up to Titanfall 2, especially after what they've done to Apex Legends, making it from what could have been possibly my favorite game of all time to kind of just running it into the ground and making it one giant hub for how quickly they can get my credit card information. All that being said, we're going to go ahead and play some community clips now. Don't forget to submit your own on Thordan Smash on Twitter, and let me know down below, do you guys actually think Apex will recover, and what would you do to actually go ahead and fix all these issues in the game?
Wait, who am I? Who am I? Who the fuck did I just turn into?
Eine Aufladung. Feind am Boden. Lade nach. Splittergranate unterwegs.
Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts on the future of Apex Legends? Will an Apex Legends 2 go ahead and correct the ship, or has it gone too far? Also, don't forget to check out this video by my editor Novell, who does amazing Apex Legends content, and until next time everyone, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you out there.